What's up, guys? Just want to get on here and shoot a quick little video. As you can see in the background there, we got Kemosabe inside the shop here. I'll show you what we're doing. So the first race went well. Figured we'd change the oil, cut the filter open, see what it looked like. This is what we're going back with. Wanted to try this oil out, see how it does. I've read a lot into it. It's supposed to be good for what this is. I guess theoretically any oil's pretty decent, but just want to do something pretty good because cut the filter open. Had no kind of metal, glitter, nothing in it. Pretty pleased with that. The oil still looked pretty fresh. Of course, it's got less than 200 miles on the oil, and that was with the racing and the driving. I did drive it to work because I did build it to drive. I've always wanted to do drag and drive events, so I figured, one day maybe I'll get a chance to do that. So I built it to where I could do that and be able to drive it on the street. So I thought I'd drive it to work and try it out. It's roughly 22, 23 miles one way. So it was time I got home and rode around or whatever, it was at least a 50-mile trip, right? So just wanted to try it out, see how it did. Hopped on the interstate with it. Did good. Surprised me. It really surprised me. But so we're gonna do an oil change. I'm going to put an extended filter on. It doesn't necessarily need the extended filter or the oil capacity as far as that goes. But these LS's, the extended filter makes it easier to get off at the next oil change. Costs a couple dollars more for the oil filter, but, to me it's worth it. Not having to fight getting my hand up in that cramped little area where this one kind of sticks down enough you can actually get on it. But I'm wanting to change the oil, get it ready. I'm going to drive it in the parade tomorrow. There's 2 different parades up here where we're at. So I'm going to drive it. I want to drive it both of them. We'll see how it does in the first one. But I'm going to get up in the morning, yank the hood off of it so it, let the heat out because it's going to be hot. And just see how it goes. I built it to drive and have fun with too, so that's what we're going to do with it. And got some changes we're wanting to make. We'll see how it goes, what we can get done in time. But the next race is not till sometime around the 1st of October-ish. First week or 2 of October is what we're shooting for, I think. It's not set in stone yet. We're still working on that. We got a race meeting, I think, next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday. But we should know more about things that they're changing, the rules and stuff that they've come up with, and I don't know, the rules seem pretty good to me. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with them for what I've seen and read so far. It's kind of more of class rules versus budget rules, I guess you say. The first thing we did with the original 12 was like a complete budget build to see if we could build one for $5,500 and all that. Some of us went over, some of us was under. It really depends primarily on, to keep one of these under budget like we were shooting for on the 5,500. The few of us that were pretty much under it, I mean, some of the guys really pinched pennies to stay under, right? And worked with what they had and did good to stay under. What helped me was I bought a whole vehicle for a donor. So once I got everything I needed off the vehicle, I sold parts off of it and then ended up selling the rest of it. So I recouped over half my money that I spent for the motor and transmission originally. which I paid $1,000 for the Tahoe. Pulled the motor, transmission, harness, computer, throttle pedal, the tack module. Pulled all that out and used it in here. And then I turned around and sold the rear end, the rear third row seating, and a few miscellaneous parts, and then ended up selling the rest of the whole thing for the interior in it. And like I said, I got back somewhere in the neighborhood of $700-800 of my money back in that, which goes back to the budget. So doing things like that is what kept me under budget. I could have really been a lot further under budget. I say further, a couple more $100 under budget. I think I come in at like $54.50, somewhere right around in there. And that's a rough estimate, and I overestimated my fuel because I didn't know 100% of what it was, but I know it was between $600 and $800, so I just estimated on the high side and went with $800 on the fuel. If I could have sold my transmission that come out of this little truck, that would have put me a couple more $100 under budget, but I've not had a chance to clean it up where this truck's sat. You know, it needs cleaned up a little bit. I'm not going to throw it on there looking like it is on Marketplace. I mean, it's a good transmission. It's a little 2.25 speed transmission. It worked good when we pulled it, but I kind of wanted to clean it up, like I said, where it's been sitting before I post it for sale. I just hadn't really had time because got another project in here that we had to jump on. But the next set of rules is more of a class rules. Like they're going to set up, you know, tire sizes that you can't go over or whatever. They're going to set that up. And just different rules on what you can and can't do. Like it's still, as far as engine and heads, can't have no machine work still for, you know, the next 2 races that we're planning on. So realistically, I mean, you could spend the money to do some like major internal upgrades. A little tongue tied there. But realistically, you're not going to go any faster right now because it's, you know, we're still naturally aspirated. But if you got the means to spend the money and do it, when it comes time for power adders, your internals are upgraded. And I think one thing we looked at, the reason behind that, the better your internals are, the less you have to worry about splitting a block open, chucking a rod, and oiling down the track. Which I think one thing we're going to do is everybody's going to run diapers on these, or a tray with absorbent pads or whatever. Which is a good thing, you know, if something like that happens, it may not catch it all, but it's going to catch the majority of it. The track won't be shut down as long if something goes awry. And just little things like that. And to me, that's more of a safety thing anyway. Because, I mean, you don't want to oil down track and then something happens and the next pair goes down and lo and behold, it didn't get cleaned up exactly like it should have. Or because it was too much volume or whatever and just something got passed up. So the diapers and stuff are going to help with that. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. Can you build one for $5,500 and go have fun? Absolutely. Is it going to be the fastest thing out there? No. But it ain't always about being the fastest. For me, it's the journey. The way I look at it, I've always been taught that you can't get any better if you're not competing against somebody that's any better. And I had a guy tell me that one time when I used to shoot pool years ago. I used to get frustrated and getting beat by these people, and he come up to me and he's like, hey, listen, these guys been playing a while. Don't get frustrated, learn from it. He said, you'll never get better unless you play somebody better. That translates pretty much anywhere you go. So in a racing scene, you race people better, eventually you're going to get better because you're going to learn stuff. And if you keep doing it, you stick with it and you're consistent, eventually you don't have a choice but to go fast because you're going to get things figured out. You're going to learn. And learning is one reason why I'm here, other than just to have fun. I've always wanted to do it. I ain't getting no younger. Money's money. You can't take it with you when you're gone, so none of us are promised tomorrow, so enjoy it. That's my thought process behind it. That's just how I feel about it. I'm here to have fun. I'm not worried about being the fastest. Not worried about making money by winning or anything like that. I'm out here racing with friends, making new friends. Some of these guys I didn't really know, and now we've got even more people joining. And a lot of these guys I don't know. Some of them I've never even met. As far as I know, I haven't. You build relationships like that. I mean, some of these guys got their own businesses, so I mean, you're going to build those relationships. To me, that's what I'm in it for. It's the fun, making memories, and you meet new people. Hands down. Car community is probably one of the best communities out there as far as meeting people like-minded. And that's why I did it. I wanted to do it. Ain't getting no younger, so we built it. Raced it, had a good time, and I enjoy it. I knew I would. I've always wanted to do it, so I done it. And one thing I've always been taught in life too is can't never could. If you don't build it, you can't race it. Could it turn into an expensive hobby? Absolutely. If you wanted to go that far. If you just want a nice little street truck or car, you don't have to sink a ton of money in one. You don't have to go be the fastest and blow your stuff up. Go make some passes, have fun, make memories. If you decide to stick with it and keep doing it, eventually you're going to get fast. It's inevitable. It's coming. And go have fun. That's the biggest thing. Enjoy life. Too much serious stuff goes on nowadays to not go out and enjoy yourself. And that's whether you got family, single, whatever. It don't matter. You got kids. If they're into it, take them with you. Get them into it. I mean, it's fun for everybody, in my opinion. I'm also a car guy, you know. But, so, stay tuned. Let's see some changes that we're going to make when they come. I'll update you on that. I got a lot of things I want to do. Whether I can get it done before the next race, that's questionable. Just because of the time and the money that it would take to get it all swapped over and done. But next year, if we decide to do power adders or whatever, that's one reason why I went with. It's one reason why I went with this setup like this anyway. My plan is if we go power adders, I'm going to do a bed mount radiator, remove this out, my turbos, which is why I went with this style exhaust, because I plan on going turbo. They'll fit right here in the grill. There's nothing in the way. Both twin turbo behind the grill. That's my plan. And by doing that, all this is going to change. This can all, run down here to intercooler, whatever it's got to do. Bed mount radiator, get it back there out of the way. All kind of room for activities. But that's future stuff. That's where I want to take it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what it grows into. Does it stay a hobby? Does it become an every weekend type of thing or whatever? It doesn't matter as long as you're having fun. And that's why I'm here. That's what I'm going to continue doing. So stay tuned for the next one. And we'll see what kind of updates we might get to. And if not, we're going to the track. Either way. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.